With just 12 days remaining until the 21st presidential election on June 3rd, candidates are ramping up their campaign activities and sharpening their messages, while discussions of potential opposition unification continue to draw attention. Democratic Party candidate Lee Jae-myung visited Jeju this morning, where he emphasized the need to prevent state-led human rights abuses and pledged to eliminate the statute of limitations for such crimes. He reiterated his promise to sign the previously vetoed bill if elected. Lee also called for extending civil liability to those involved in state violence. People Power Party candidate Kim Moon-soo campaigned in Busan, Gyeonggi Province, and held a press conference earlier today. He pledged to shorten the presidential term to 3 years, shift to a 4-year, 2-term system, cut the number of lawmakers by 10%, and abolish immunity for elected officials. Kim also proposed introducing a national recall system and replacing the current anti-corruption agency with a special audit committee under the National Election Commission. Reform Party candidate Ijunodomja met with students at Inha University and joined a business forum hosted by the American Chamber of Commerce. He also stated he would not merge with the People Power Party and is expected to confirm this at a 5 p.m. press conference at the National Assembly. As the race tightens, each candidate is sharpening their message and campaign strategy in the lead up to the vote. In local news, Busan's Duribal service for the mobility impaired has ranked first in a National Lottery Fund evaluation for the 4th year in a row. The city earned praise for high user satisfaction and expanded services, including multi-passenger rides and fare support for pregnant women. More funding is expected next year to further improve accessibility. Accidents involving elderly drivers are on the rise in Busan. Yesterday, an 80-year-old driver crashed into a sidewalk in Gwangalli, injuring 5 people. Similar incidents involving drivers in their 70s occurred in March and April, with 1 fatality reported. Police data shows that senior driver-related accidents rose from about 15% in 2020 to almost 24% in 2024. Busan's aging population and growing number of elderly license holders are contributing factors. In international news, 2 staff members from the Israeli embassy, a young couple, were shot and killed outside the Capitol Jewish Museum in downtown Washington, D.C. on Wednesday night. According to D.C. police, the shooting occurred around 9:05 p.m. local time in an area surrounded by museums and government buildings, including the FBI Washington field office. Police believe the shooting was a targeted attack and the suspect is currently in custody. The investigation is ongoing. And now for today's weather. The current weather in Busan is mostly cloudy with a temperature of 17 degrees Celsius. The temperature will average around 15 degrees Celsius this evening. And that wraps up this hour's news. Thank you for joining us. You're listening to BFM 부산 영어방송.
Your best choice. BEFM 부산 영어방송.
Coming up next is For Your Busan with Nick Greenwood. BFM 부산 영어방송.
1, 2, 3, 4.
When we don't know the direction, a map becomes our guide. When we don't know the best places to eat, a map becomes our restaurant guide. Wouldn't it be wonderful if something could guide us like a map when we don't know what the future holds? Do you have a map for your life? Well, hello there, everybody. My name is Nick, and welcome to For Your Busan. Let's kick things off with Love Me Right by EXO.
Come on. Take your time. 왠지 두근대는 밤이야. No, 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 no. So tonight, 달 끝까지 달려가 볼까? Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Just right. 시동에 걸어 웩셀에 발을 홀려. 모든 것이 특별해 너 완전 어울려. 무엇을 원하든 I'ma make it work. Yeah. Shorty I'm a party till the sundown. 지금의 신비로운 느낌은 뭘까? 완전 내게로 와서 people are sunrise. 네가 없는 난 어딜 가도 nobody. 도로 위에 여긴 long way. 날 바라보는 눈속 make it right. Just love me right. Baby love me right. 내게로 와면 설리지만 넌 매혹적인 나의 universe. Just love me right. 네 우주는 전부 너야. Just love me right. Just love me right. Just love me right. 내 우주는 전부 너야. Shine 별빛 속을 달려 은하수를 건너. No, no, no. 멈출 순 없어. 우리 빛은 달빛은 여전하지. 내게도 반 헤매고 있어 난 아직. 아껴둔 이 손날로 네가 없는 난 어딜 가도 반쪽짜리니까. 빛은 멈춰졌지. 별들의 불꽃놀이 좀 더 높이 날아가볼까. 가슴 터질 듯한 이 순간 우리들만 떠올라. 발밑에 지구를 두고 let me. 도로 위에 여긴 long way. 날 바라보는 눈속 make it right. Just love me right. Baby love me right. So come on baby 눈이 부시겠어. 아름다운 너의 universe. Just love me right. 내 우주는 전부 너야. Just love me right. Just love me right. Can you love me right? I just wanna make you love me. 수없는 밤이 찾아와도 내 하늘엔 오직 너만 빛나. Oh yeah. 새겨줘 내게만 밤하늘을 너와 내가 물들여가. 도로 위에 여긴 runway. 날 바라보는 눈속 make it right. Just love me right. Baby love me right. 내게로 오는 설이지만 넌 매력적인 나의 universe. Just love me right. 내 우주는 전부 너야. Just love me right. Just love me right. Just love me right. 내 우주는 전부 너야. Just love me right. Just love me right. 우리만의 Just love me right. I just wanna make you love me.
And that was Love Me Right by EXO, welcoming you to For Your Busan this Thursday. Almost forgot the day. It's Thursday. How you doing, everybody? My name is Nick, and welcome sincerely to the show. I want to ask, many people, I assume, might say no, including myself sometimes, but are you good at reading maps? 지도, right? It's something that we probably haven't seen in a while. The original paper maps. I'm not talking about phone navigation maps. The old school paper foldable maps. You know, they were made of paper in the past. And in the back of my car in my family, and I'm sure many families, we had them in all of the seats, right? So if we were out taking a road trip, my dad would say, hey, get the map, check where we are. But nowadays, we don't need any of that. Everyone uses online maps. You can view them in 3D as well, and you can pinpoint exactly where you are as well. So even when we go to unfamiliar places, we can find our destination without any problems. And asking strangers for directions has become less and less common too. In addition to public maps, people also create their own personalized maps. Some people create food maps that mark only their favorite restaurants, while others make travel maps listing all the places they want to visit. Now, a new map was recently published in Busan. It's a science culture map that provides an overview of science and culture facilities across the southeastern region of Korea. The map includes information on 12 science facilities in Busan, 2 in Ulsan, and 18 in the Gyeongnam area. It not only shows the photos, locations, and visiting hours of each facility, but also organizes information on various programs by theme, making it easy for users to explore and plan their visits. Now, the Science and Culture Map is distributed offline at participating institutions, and it's also available through the online menu of the National Science Museum of Busan. Thanks to this new map, citizens in the southeastern region can now more easily access information about science and technology and about various science and culture facilities. If you're planning to visit a science center this weekend, be sure to check out this map. Great stuff. No one likes reading paper maps anymore. It's all about digital. I've got to admit, though, I am a bit of a Latin and Maria guy. I do miss the old days sometimes. When I went traveling last year and this year, it was really convenient to use my phone, but honestly, it took away a lot of the spontaneous excitement because I knew how to get everywhere. There was less fumbling and searching around. And sometimes that's the fun of traveling, right? Anyway, hello everyone. How you doing? Benny Nim coming in saying, "일등, happy Friday Eve." That's a very positive way to say things for sure. 임성환 님 saying number 2 and then saying 순위 경쟁은 올스타 잉글리시가 오리지널입니다. 아닙니다. 올스타 잉글리시가 생기기 전에도 우리가 했거든요. At 4 p.m. duo, people used to do first place, second place. So no, 임성환 님, they are not the originals. They are copycats. They're copycats. We love them, though. We love Minsu and the team. Welcome to the show, anyway. We also have Jin Lee Nim saying, third. Nearly. I nearly got confused. Good. 3RD. I guess third would be the right one. But it is really confusing. I always get confused with that. How are you doing? And saying, hi, Nick. Good to see you. Sangmin Park Nim, welcome to the show, my friend. Fantastic to have you here, as always. Drift Monkey Nim as well. I like how you're more frequent these days, Drift Monkey Nim. And maybe you're getting ready for your second trip to Korea, getting pumped up, brilliant stuff. And saying, I couldn't believe the GPS in Korea has buildings with accurate heights. I didn't know that either, to be honest. I know on the maps, if you use 2 fingers, you can 살짝 기울 수 있거든요. You don't know? Try it. You can do it. If you do that, it tilts. Yeah. And it's pretty amazing. I never use it, though. I never use it because I don't need to. But I think the heights, kind of like Google Earth. I don't know how to say that. You can see the 3D buildings. It's all pretty cool. Pretty cool. Everyone else coming in, come and say hello. If you wanted to say something but you're not quite sure what to say, you can just say hello. You can say simple things like Rarration Nim, who says 안녕하세요. 건강한 하루 되시고 반갑습니다. It's fantastic to have you here, Rarration Nim. Thank you for wishing us a healthy day as always. Now, today's text topic is about guides, but not about any kind of guide, about a life guide, right? 오늘의 텍스트 토픽은요. 내 인생의 가이드가 되어주는 사람은 누구일까요? Who is a guide in your life? I guess if you had to use a different word, a mentor or a role model, right? There you go. So a guide, a mentor or a role model, 내 인생의 가이드가 되어주는 사람은 누구인가요? Maybe it's your mother, your father, maybe it's your teacher, a friend, your grandparents. Maybe it's me. I doubt it. But still, let us know to pound 9050, sharp 9010, which will cost you 100 won, or a Kakao Talk message. You can join the conversation at any time. Feel free, whenever you're free. I know a lot of you are driving right now. If you are driving, don't stop to message. Wait until you are safely at home or at your destination. Now, in the first half of the show, we're going to have Busan Times, where we catch up on the day's top stories with Busan news anchor Claire Kim. Nick's Deep Dive, time to share my thoughts about everything in the world. And then Buglishi Challenge, a quiz segment where locals use their version of Busan English to give us hints about a particular topic. In the second half, we're going to have On the Mic, stories of Busan locals encountered on the streets of the city. And then we'll also have Busan Quizmaster, where you have a chance to win a prize. And finishing off with We Are Family in Busan, stories from Matthew about multicultural family life in Busan. Lots of stuff coming at you today. We already have Benjamin messaging in the text topic very quickly saying, for me, family and relatives and my online friends. That's nice. The reason, in different aspects of my life, these are mentors in my life. In my student days, teachers. That's a very wise thing to say, I think. In different aspects of your life, you have a different guide. Because one person cannot be a guide for everything. Good point, Benina. Everyone else, keep sending your messages to us. And coming up next, we have Busan Times.
Stay connected to Busan's rhythm with For Your Busan, airing daily from 4:05 to 6 p.m. Blending your friends' voices with the latest information and news from our vibrant city.
Welcome back, everybody, to For Your Busan. It is time to get our daily dose of news about the city from Claire.
Good afternoon.
How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Doing very well, thank you.
That's good.
It got cold today.
Yes. No humidity.
Oh, you look kind of happy, actually.
Yesterday I was struggling.
What would you rather then? Would you rather have nice weather but with humidity, or cold weather with no humidity?
No humidity, please.
Really? So you're happy to have cold weather as long as it's not sticky and sweaty?
Yes.
Wow, okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. I mean, everyone's different. I know a lot of people who listen, they hate the summer. And I guess because they've lived through it their whole lives here. As someone who grew up, not with humidity, it feels very tropical to me.
Yeah, I think I struggle most with the humidity.
Yeah.
Humidity.
Okay.
That gets me.
Something to get used to. Before we dive in, today's text topic is about mentors or guides in life. Has there been anyone that's been a guide for you in your life? 내 인생의 가이드가 되어주는 사람이 있을까요?
I guess that's my parents, but I more like consult with them rather than asking for guidance,
Okay.
I guess.
Do you trust, obviously you trust your parents,
Yeah.
but they have a lot of influence in your decisions sometimes?
Actually, I more like I let them know. I make my decision.
Okay.
And they will hear or they will give me their opinion, but I actually just make my own decision.
Fair enough. So you are your own guide.
Kind of. I don't really
Kind of.
consult or...
Fair enough. At least, responsibility is solely
All
on
on me,
yourself.
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
I like that philosophy too. I generally just, once I have a decision in my mind, I've kind of like 고집이 세가지고.
Yes.
I'm just like, I'm going to do it. I'll let you know.
Yeah, that's me.
But then sometimes, we do make the wrong decisions. But
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
life, isn't it?
That's me.
Yeah. We have Benny Nim saying hello again, Claire, and
Hello.
people saying hello to you, which is always fantastic. Roration Nim saying 모든 분들 안녕하세요. 즐거운 목요일 되세요.
Yes.
It is.
Closer to weekend.
It is. Benny Nim said it's Friday Eve, which I like. I like that term.
Yes,
Friday
yes.
Eve. Okay, so this is where we talk about the stuff going on around Busan. What are we talking about today?
So the first one today, the city officially launched a new integrated helpline system for foreign residents. Something we didn't realize how badly we needed until now.
So what was the situation before?
Well, until now, there were several different support centers, each with their own number, their own system, and their own scope. One center helped foreign workers, another helped long-term residents, and so on. You had to figure out which number to call for what issue, and that's tough enough even for native speakers.
That's a lot of red tape.
Exactly. So today, officials from the city government, the Busan Global City Foundation, the Foreign Resident Support Center, and the Migrant Worker Center signed an agreement to fix this.
Okay, so we now have one number.
That's the goal. It's being called the one number consultation system, and it means that any foreign residents, no matter what they need help with, from housing to labor rights, visas to healthcare, will soon be able to call just one main number and be routed accordingly.
So I imagine the system behind that number is pretty robust.
Yes, all the participating organizations are integrating their consultation systems, sharing case data, standardizing how calls are handled, and meeting regularly to stay aligned. They're also planning to do satisfaction surveys, trial runs, and big outreach campaigns to make sure the number is well known.
That's really promising. And do we know when it will be available?
They're rolling it out in stages, but today's agreement is a strong first step. And in the meantime, anyone in need can still call their local center. This new system just promises to make it all more seamless going forward.
So it sounds like Busan is building a global infrastructure for the city, one step at a time.
Exactly, and one call at a time.
Okay, great stuff. Now, from streamlining services to setting the national standard, let's talk about Turibal. I'm sure we've seen, everywhere I go, I see the vans.
With the
Turibal.
pink, yeah.
I like the name. It's very addictive to say, right? I guess it's a play of Turiban, right? Kind of like looking at it, isn't it? Isn't it? Is that what it is? It's not.
I've never thought of it that way.
I thought it was like Turiban,
It can
kind of
be.
like looking around. Oh, look, Turiban. Oh, it's not that.
Turibal.
Exactly. It's addictive, I thought.
Yeah.
But it's phenomenal, and I think it's great. It's a specialized taxi service for people who maybe find it more difficult to take conventional transportation.
Yes, that's right. And Busan's Turibal service just scored the highest marks in the country for the fourth year in a row in a national evaluation of local welfare projects funded by lottery proceeds.
So 4 years running, that's impressive. What set them apart?
Well, their score, 88.71 out of 100, was the highest among 39 local government projects. They were especially praised for how many people used the service, how satisfied they were, and how it helped improve social participation.
So it's not just about giving rides, it's about empowering people to get out and live their lives.
Exactly, and there have been major upgrades. For instance, last year they introduced a smart auto dispatch system, expanded multi-passenger vehicles, and even supported fares for pregnant women. And as of April, they've merged all services, 750 disability taxis and 2,100 pregnancy taxis into one unified system.
And how is that working out?
Really well. The success rate for booking a ride jumped from 79% to 91% for people with disabilities. And for pregnant women, it more than doubled from 40% to 86%.
That's a massive leap.
It is. And because of this success, Busan is likely to get even more funding next year. That means more vehicles, better service, and more support for citizens who need it most.
But so Busan is really becoming a model city for accessible transport.
Yes, indeed.
Okay, great stuff. That's always fantastic to hear. Now, we're going to move on to multi-child families getting special benefits. Big families, they're going to get benefits for parents trying to manage education costs.
Yes, starting today, Busan families with 2 or more children in school can apply for up to 500,000 won in education support points through a program called the Busan Multi-Child Education Support Point System.
Is there a catch?
There isn't one. It's not income-based as long as the family lives in Busan and has at least one child born between 2007 and 2018, meaning elementary through high school age, they're eligible.
Okay, and this money, what can it be used for exactly?
It's distributed as policy support credit through Busan's local currency app, 동백전. Excuse me, the points can be spent at partner shops like bookstores, stationery stores, study cafes, music and art academies, even swimming pools for survival swim classes.
So it sounds pretty flexible, something really good that parents can use to give their kids a variety of options.
Yes, even better, they've expanded online access. Families can now use their points at 4 major online bookstores. The only limitation is that private tutoring academies for Korean, English, and math aren't included to support public education.
So that seems pretty fair, and there are probably ways for families to apply. How would they apply?
Just use the 동백전 app between now and December 12th. If the children and applicant are registered at the same address, the points are paid out immediately. Otherwise, you'll just need to submit a family relation document.
Okay, and if you don't have a smartphone,
There's a dedicated call center, 1660-2206, that can help with the process.
great stuff. A really helpful cushion for families raising multiple kids.
Definitely, last year over 120,000 households received support, and this year it's even easier to apply thanks to online identity checks through the government's public data service.
Fantastic stuff. So that's a wrap on today's stories, from helpful helplines to taxi services that deliver more than rides. It's been a meaningful day for supporting families. Before you leave, one of our listeners, 고수님, has a question for you.
Yes?
He says, 클레어님, 혹시 헤어샵 다녀오셨나요? 어제부터 뭔가 달라 보이시네요.
Someone noticed.
Has he got...
He got it right.
Did you go yesterday or the day yesterday?
2 days.
고수님 역시.
또 눈썰미.
He's probably, that 눈썰미, his wife is probably the most, she gets a lot of attention.
Yes.
Awesome, 고수님.
My dad always fails.
Really? Oh no, I see Claire every day as well. I feel like I've failed too. Nice one. Claire, it's been a pleasure.
one.
Thank you so much, and I'll see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow, everyone.
All right, everyone, the time is now 4:26 in the afternoon. We're going to take a song break, and then we will be right back. This is Aro Aro by Lapum.
잊혀질만 할 때쯤 꼭 생각이 나 잠이 들만 하면 네가 막 떠올라 또 언제쯤 보려나 전화기만 보자는 나 너 이런 여자 없다 한번 생각해봐 방금 눈이 마주친 건 착각인가 모르니 넌 이런 나를 잘 몰라 내 마음을 보여줄게 오늘 내게 눈을 뜨고 가볼까 네가 오길 기다려나 혼자 앞서가지는 나 너를 느낄 수 있게 나만 겁이 나지 말고 조금씩 다가와 내 이름을 크게 불러줘 널 좋아한단 말야 사랑해도 될까 다른 보통 연인처럼 아직 어색하겠지만 자기라고 불러볼게 궁금하니까 한 가지만 알려줘 넌 나를 좋아한단 걸 왜 눈을 뜨자마자 네가 생각이 나 매일매일 너는 내 맘 흔들어봐 저 사랑도 아닌데 하루 종일 설레잖아 넌 시간은 참 빨리 흘러가다가 내가 가버리면 너는 어떡할래 모르니 나 사랑만이 필요해 네 마음을 보여줄래 오늘 내게 눈을 뜨고 가볼까 네가 오길 기다려나 혼자 앞서가지는 나 너를 느낄 수 있게 나만 겁이 나지 말고 조금씩 다가와 내 이름을 크게 불러줘 널 좋아한단 말야 사랑해도 될까 다른 보통 연인처럼 아직 어색하겠지만 자기라고 불러볼게 궁금하니까 한 가지만 알려줘 넌 나를 좋아한단 걸 나는 멜로 소설처럼 로맨틱해 솔직한 내 맘을 내게 보여줘 누가 뭐래도 너 좋아 앞서가지는 너를 느낄 수 있게 나만 겁이 나지 말고 조금씩 다가와 내 이름을 크게 불러줘 널 좋아한단 말야 약속해도 될까 내가 먼저 다가갈래 생각만이 가지는 마 그냥 맘이 시키잖아 궁금하니까 한 가지만 알려줘 넌 나를 좋아한단 걸 나를 좋아한단 걸
네게 탐구생활. How do you break the ice when meeting people for the first time? People often talk about the weather or share things that they like. In Korea, age is also a common topic of conversation. When age comes up, it's a nice conversational skill to say that someone looks younger than they actually are. It mostly makes the other person feel good. In Korea, there is a specific word for someone who looks younger than their actual age, 동안. If someone says to you, you look 동안, it truly can brighten their day. Now, recently, a 60-something Korean father of a social media influencer gained international attention for his young appearance. He's 63? What people said. He looks like he's in his 30s or 40s. He looks more like an older brother than a dad. As the buzz grew, the influencer revealed her father's eating habits. Curious what it is? He starts his day with a warm cup of black coffee. For breakfast, he eats a salad made with cabbage, apple, and tomato, drizzled with olive oil. He prefers chicken or seafood over beef, and he doesn't drink alcohol. What about you? Do you want to look younger than your actual age? If you're someone who is considered 동안, do you have a personal secret to looking young? If so, feel free to share it. I don't get called 동안 anymore. I used to. I think when I was in my mid-20s, I used to get called 동안. Well, I suppose I was young anyway then, but still. Yeah, sometimes you do meet people who do, they're genetically very gifted. They won the genetic lottery, as people say, and they look amazing, right? But you know what? It doesn't matter how you look. It's what's on the inside, right? That's what people say, and I think that's true to some degree. Welcome back to the show, everyone. It's 4:32 in the afternoon. We've got messages coming in. Drift Monkeynim saying, where did I hear about olive oil? Well, olive oil is it's the main ingredient in Italian cooking, and Sardinians, the island of Sardinia, an Italian island, they have the longest life expectancy in the world, along with the Japanese, is what I heard. They live well into their 80s on average, and people think it's because of the fish and the oils. And I'm sure olive oil, extra virgin, fresh, what is it like, apchak olive oil, it's probably very good. Right? So stuff like that is very important. I'm getting information. Apparently, 요즘 저속 노화 식단 유행이에요. Okay, so I guess like food for slowing aging is the trend these days. In anti-aging food, I guess you would call it. Is that olive oil? Young PD, do you eat this 저속 노화 식단? Salads. What? But wait, on your salad, do you have sauce? No. That's how you eat a salad. Never saw. High five. Yeah, I agree. I like to just have olive oil on my salad. Maybe a little bit of salt sometimes. Anyway, besides the point, we've got more messages coming in. We have Illuwa 충전소님. Welcome to the show, my friend. Good to see you, as always. Saying 대박. I think to 고수님, being very attentive to Claire's hairstyle. 소이님 as well, saying Nick, 하트병. Good to see you, 소이님. And saying 친구들 안녕하세요. Hope you're having a great day. I hope the weather is a little bit warmer in Seoul, wherever you are. It's kind of chilly here. But Rarationnim earlier actually said that they would rather have cold weather than humid weather. 차라리 추운 게 낫지 습도는 도저히 못 참겠어요 라고 하셨어요. I think a lot of people feel the same, including Claire. I am the opposite. I love humid hot weather. Do you like, Ang PD? You like hot weather?
Love it.
Love it. There you go. It's all about the beach, right? Go to the beach on that, cool down. And it's only for a few months of the year, I think. Okay. And yeah, Drift Monkeynim, I heard it's super good for you, for sure. I am an olive oil 덕후거든요. I put it in everything. But it has to be extra virgin, because apparently the non-extra virgin doesn't have anywhere near the amount of good benefits for you. We have 소이님 saying 양배추 채 썰어서 올리브 오일에 연두 드레싱 그리고 통후추 뿌려 먹으면 진짜 맛나요. That sounds really good. 연두 dressing. I wonder what that. I don't think I've ever tasted that. Is it sweet? I'm always very suspicious. Oh, it's a brand. Okay. I thought it was a kind of like a 연유 kind of thing. like 연유랑 비슷한 것인 줄 알았는데. Okay, there you go. Sorry. Anyway, I'm always a bit skeptical when sweet things go into salads, but that's just my personal preference. I like to keep it savory and salty, but everyone is different. Thank you, 소희님, for saying 이 브랜드 금지. 이제 와서 감사합니다. It's alright. I forgive you. 1류의 충전소님 saying 저도 30대 때만 해도 동안 소리 들었는데 지금은 초고속 노화 중입니다. You know what? Maybe during your 30s it was a very slow progress of your aging. Now it's hyper fast. You know, it's catching up with you. I'm sure you look young. Don't worry about it. Anyway, everyone. Send your messages to pound 9050 샵 9050 저것도 100원 KakaoTalk message or YouTube live comment. You can answer today's text topic as well, which is 내 인생의 가이드가 되어주는 사람이 있나요? 있으면 누군지 알려주세요. Someone who guides your life, who gives you mentorship and advice when you're lost or struggling. Let me know, or you can tell me what your favorite anti-aging diet trend is. Anything's fine. All right then, don't go anywhere. We're going to take a song break and then we'll be back with our next segment. This is 웃을 때 제일 예뻐 by X1.
바람이 불어 너를 스치면 아팠던 마음도 가져갔으면 무슨 일이 있어 보여 어두워 보여 내 마음도 자꾸 무거워져 가끔은 내게 기대줘 울고 싶을 때 울어도 내가 아플 때마다 넌 항상 두려울 때마다 내 손이 닿는 곳에서 기다렸잖아 우산을 들어줄게 말하지 않아도 늘 곁에 있어줄게 Like always 너도 알잖아 언제 봐도 난 그래 웃을 때 제일 예뻐 언제나 늘 함께 내가 서 있을게 넌 지금처럼 날 보며 웃어줘 스쳐가는 너의 모든 걸 받아줄게 다 들어줄게 아프지 마 Oh you are 내 곁에서 웃을 때 제일 예뻐
Why you crying now 고개 숙인 너의 raindrop 들어와 밖은 추우니까 그렇게 울어 네 매일밤 yeah. I wanna be with you 너의 곁에 웃음이 가득하게 만들래 So bright out there 내 손잡고 저기 위에 내려가줄게 너가 원한다면 그런데
가끔은 쉬어가도 돼 힘이 들면 다 잊어줘 하지 않아도 돼 난 어떤 시간이 와도 늘 멀지 않은 곳에서 기다려줄게 우산을 들어줄게 말하지 않아도 늘 곁에 있어줄게 Like always 너도 알잖아 언제 봐도 난 그래 웃을 때 제일 예뻐 언제나 늘 함께 내가 서 있을게 넌 지금처럼 날 보며 웃어줘 스쳐가는 너의 모든 걸 받아줄게 다 들어줄게 아프지 마
살이 비추어 역시 넌 그렇게 잘 어울려 Baby my love 너에게 달려 항상 곁에 있을게 계속 Paradise 살이 비춰 역시 넌 그렇게 잘 어울려 Baby my love 너에게 달려 그래 넌
웃을 때 제일 예뻐 언제나 늘 함께 내가 서 있을게 넌 지금처럼 날 보며 웃어줘 스쳐가는 너의 모든 걸 받아줄게 다 들어줄게 아프지 마 내 곁에서 모든 시간을 나누고
Welcome back, everybody, to For Your Busan. It is now 4:40 in the afternoon, and joining me for Buglisi Challenge, and who I just realised, looking at the screen, is wearing the same colour clothes as me,
Where's
is
the duo?
Effie. Hello, how you doing?
I'm good. Great to
We
see
look like
you.
twins. That's crazy. Especially you can just see the 상체 right there on the screen. How you doing?
I'm doing great. Summer's coming.
It is. Today
Super
felt a
humid.
little bit like a regression backwards.
Yes,
but,
yeah. Yesterday was much hotter.
It was. Today is an anomaly, I think. But it's good to have you here. We have a lot of people who are I don't know why people are talking about anti-aging and what they eat to stay looking 동안. Do you eat any particular diet for like 저속 노화 식단 뭐 그런 거?
I am pretty obsessed with.
You are. What's your secret? What do you eat to maybe stay young, or what do you not eat to look young?
What's very obvious: fast food, processed food.
Avoid that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fried food, noodles, bread.
Really?
Even I don't eat that much rice.
You must be terrible to go on 회식 with.
I don't really like. I'm always on a healthy diet. Not to lose weight, not necessarily, but try to stay healthy.
I think your future self will be very thankful for
Definitely.
that. Yeah.
Must be.
We have 소희님 saying 매일 아침에 일어나자마자 올리브오일 한 스푼에 레몬즙 먹고 있어요. 그래서 그런가 배가 좀 덜 고픈 느낌이에요. That sounds really light and really refreshing. I'm gonna
Have
have.
you tried?
I have olive oil with salad all the time. I think I've squeezed lemon, like a pinch of salt, pepper.
I mean,
Delicious.
just olive oil with lemon juice. Have you tried that one?
Just together
Yeah, some people are having 1 spoon of olive oil with a little 20 drops of.
to kind of repress hunger.
No, I've heard that it's kind of good for the gut health.
Okay. I mean, I love olive oil. I love lemons. That sounds like a good
But I haven't-
technique.
Yeah,
Never
but
tried that.
you
Just like
haven't
one
tried
shot,
that.
like a soju cup. Okay, maybe I'll try that in the future. Quickly before we get in, do you have a life guide? 인생의 가이드가 되어주는 사람이 있나요?
I would say my father. He gives me a little bit of not his life and my life are different for sure, but he gives me some idea about what's the typical idea of hard working.
Oh, that's
he
good.
was super hard working.
So you've got that ethic to work hard. That's awesome. That's great.
It's like in our 20s and 30s, we tend to have a lot of time but less resources. So I've always believed that I should spend much more time to make sure that I can spend money in the future to save my time.
Very responsible. Yeah, that's a good role model, I think. Also, we had 인류의 충전소님 saying, Effie 피부가 꿀 피부인 이유가 있네요.
Thank
So
you.
that good food and taking away no alcohol, I presume, as well.
Once a month.
Once a month. That's so disciplined. I need to follow this regimen. Anyway, this is a Buglishi challenge where we listen to audio hints from the citizens of Busan and we guess what they're talking about. What's the theme today?
The weekly theme, it's again something pretty much ambiguous. Things that wait in silence.
Things that... Ooh, that sounds kind of creepy.
It doesn't have to
Things
be.
that wait in silence. I'm just thinking, like weirdos, just kind of like
Weirdos.
hanging around outside of places, delinquents,
Stalkers.
hoods up, waiting outside of supermarkets. I don't know.
Not necessarily.
Okay.
It's
All
not
right.
something creepy.
Okay. Not creepy. That's the
Not
first
creepy.
hint.
So
you got audio hints from 3 people.
yes, there will be 3 hints per person.
Okay.
Let's go for the first one.
Okay.
It's always waiting people. There are many seats.
It's always waiting for people.
It's always waiting people.
There are many seats. Is that a bus? Okay.
No.
Well, I suppose we wait for the bus. The bus doesn't wait for us.
Right? That's
right.
the biggest difference. This thing, wait for people.
I think 고수님 is right. He says, 와, 열심히 듣고 틀리는 시간. 하트병.
Love it.
Anyone guess? What do you, it waits for people. What was it?
It waits for people.
It waits.
There are many seats.
There are many seats. All right,
There are
then.
many seats.
Let's listen to hint number 2.
Sure.
You can sleep in here. You can throw under that bridge.
You can sleep here.
And you can do what under a bridge?
You can go through under the bridge.
It's not a bus.
Well,
I swear a bus
no.
goes under a bridge. A tent.
Tent.
It's difficult.
Bus is a good guess.
Well,
It's some kind of
Right.
transportation.
인류의 충전소님 says 정답 버스. That's what I thought as well. But it has many seats and it goes under a bridge. This is quite ambiguous. I'm not sure.
But it is a form of transportation.
Driftmonkey님 says a yacht.
Getting similar.
Ooh.
Very close.
Okay, now
Something
용성
similar.
씨, 용성 씨 제발 좀님, who
Good to see
only
you again.
messages in when you're here, by the way, I guess you're a fan, says, is it a fun thing?
A fun thing, not necessarily.
Okay.
Something similar to yacht.
He says roller coaster.
Roller
I
coaster.
think that's a good guess. 'Cause
No.
it weights, kind of.
Yacht was really good. Guess.
Okay, well then-
really good.
Then we can discard 고수님 and 만학도 영어님, who respectively said 관광버스 and 지하철.
Yacht is a good guess, I'm saying.
All right, let's listen to the third one.
Last one, yes.
It needs water. This is usually white.
It needs water. This is usually
need
white.
water.
It needs water.
I need water to live.
You need water.
I'm a human being. Yeah.
Something like yacht, but what are other things?
만학도 영어님 says 유람선.
So what's the word?
Is that ferry? Is that ferry?
You got
There we
it.
go. Teamwork, 만학도 영어님. Teamwork.
Oh, what a good teamwork.
Okay, all right, that's good. Oh, so it was a ferry. Ferry.
ferry.
유람선. I guess it does wait for you. It waits for the passengers.
Yes. They don't usually move unless
늦으면
they don't wait for you.
가버리잖아요. They leave. I've seen those videos on social media where people come late and the cruise ship will just leave without people.
Oh, that's disastrous.
It's disastrous. It's kind of funny to watch.
Yeah.
용성 씨 제발 좀 님. Still messaging in saying submarine. Was it 잠수? Yeah. 수상 taxi is a good one from 상윤님. The water taxis. Yeah,
I've never tried that.
They have them in, is it New York or like some American cities?
That's
Yeah.
not in Busan.
Kim and Yang Nim as well messaging and saying ferries. Okay, good messages.
Good guess.
Let's move on to number
The
two.
second. Same thing, things are wait in silence.
Okay.
Hello, my name is Peach. It's a thing. It's not a machine.
Oh, Peach is back. I remember Peach. Yeah.
It's a thing, it's not a machine.
It's a thing. It's not a machine. Oh, this sounds like 20 questions when you ask, is it an animal, vegetable, or mineral? Okay, so it's a thing, but it's not a machine.
It's not a machine. It's a thing. It's not.
Yeah.
It's a thing.
It's way too vague for now.
It's a thing that usually waits for people in silence.
Shadows. 그림자. All right, let's listen to hit number two.
Yes.
It's usually made of wood. We use it to take a break.
It's made of wood.
It's made of wood. We usually use it when we are taking a rest.
Now, I think of, in the 1920s in New York City when they were building the Empire State Building, those, the construction workers, they sit on the big planks of wood eating a lunchbox,
I think I've seen a picture
hovering
of it.
over New York City, like that amazing photo.
But that was even before you were born,
That was-
right? For sure.
Yeah, thank you, Effie. Yeah, it was about 80 years before I was born. I'm not that old.
was
I may not be 동안, but I'm not that old yet. Okay. Let's...
Listen to the... Any guesses?
Yes,
It's made of
we
wood.
do. And I think this could be the answer. I'll read what I think is the wrong answer first. 용성 씨 제발 좀님 says bamboo pillow. Okay. That's true. It is technically made of wood and it's restful.
Waiting for you, for sure.
고수님
It's a
says
really good
가로등.
guess.
Like street lights.
Street lights.
That doesn't make any sense.
It's not...
It's
They're
not
not
made of wood
usually
and
made of
you don't
wood.
rest on it. Did you mean 가로수? Maybe? It's made of wood,
Probably.
maybe.
Yeah.
We have 일류와 충전소님 saying 의자. Chair. Is it like a wide chair? Maybe.
Well, but technically the color can be vary, but like
A wide.
wide.
Yeah,
you
좀
mean?
넓은
Oh yes,
의자.
yes,
Okay.
yes.
I think Benny님 might have the correct answer. So just in case,
Listen to the last
listen
clip.
to the
then.
last hint.
We can sit on it. It's often found in parks.
Now, a good answer actually. 일류와 충전소님 says, and I love these. Said 평상. You just see all of the old 할머니es sitting on
Yes,
their
the
Maltese
white.
dogs. And just,
It's usually square, right?
yeah, they're like a square, and
not
I guess it
necessarily.
reminds me of like 응답하라 kind of feeling. Outside the houses they have the 평상이 있잖아요.
I don't see them often anymore.
류혜충 선생님 says 계곡에 가면 많아요. 대당 3만 원. They're free if it's in your like 아파트 단지. They're free to sit on. You don't have to go and pay 30,000 won at the valley usually, but still. And then 진리님 saying 저는 점점 산으로 갑니다. Yeah. Okay, everyone's talking about the mountains now. 백숙 먹으면 공짜. Of course, you know
It's
your
about
stuff.
dinner time.
All right, was that the last hint?
We heard.
We heard the last hint. All right then. Well, I think the answer is what 만학도 영어님 said first, and
Okay,
then
cool.
Benny님 and Drift Monkey님 said
Our regulars.
bench. There you go. It was bench. Yeah, a wide chair, not quite a 평상, but what I like about benches, I don't know if it's in Korea, but in England and America, we dedicate benches to people. So if somebody did something amazing, 좀 대단한 사람들을 위해서, 기리기 위해서, they make a bench saying this bench is dedicated to like Effie. If you built an orphanage, it would dedicate it and it has their name on it. So when people sit on the bench, they can read who this bench is made for. I don't know if that's in Korea.
I don't think that's common in Korea for sure.
Yeah, okay. All right then, well done everyone
Yes.
for getting it.
Let's move into the last one.
Yes, number 3.
Okay.
It is a rectangular shape. It's commonly white in color.
It's not a 평상, is it?
No.
Okay.
It's a rectangular shape. It's commonly white in color.
Rectangular shape,
Rectangular shape. It's commonly white in color.
white in color.
Waiting for you. Waiting in silence.
Waiting in silence.
Again.
Okay, I guess like the bench and the 유람선. I don't know, does the 유람선 wait in silence?
Yes.
The engine 소리가 좀 큰 것 같은데요.
If you say so.
Right. All right then, I need another hint. That's too vague.
Let's go.
It's usually made of paper. Before the internet became widespread, it was used more often.
Okay, 용성 씨 제발 좀님 says name card.
A name card.
Like an 이름표 or 명함?
Yeah.
Okay.
Either of them.
Okay. Drift Monkey Nim says fridge.
Fridge.
Waits for me in silence late at night for snacks. Now I guess Drift Monkey Nim, you have one of the new modern quiet fridges. Not one of the ones that goes bang in the middle of the night. You have those fridges, you know, it just makes a huge noise randomly.
Mine actually makes huge sounds.
Scares you at like 2 a.m. Yeah. Benny
Any
Nim
other
says,
guesses?
yeah, identification cards,
Identification cards. A bit bigger than,
homework, postcards.
Homework postcard.
I don't know. Should we listen to another hint?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, let's do it.
It's used to hold something inside. It's often used with glue.
Hold something inside.
Something
often used
inside
with glue.
paper, white, rectangular shape, commonly in white.
Yes.
Postcards, good guess, but I need a specific one.
Jinli Nim says love letters.
Getting closer.
Okay, then 일회 충전소님 says 편지, letters.
Letters, but where do you put the letters?
In a postbox.
No, before then. You need to...
Oh, in the thing.
you need to put it in a thing and then you put
편지
it...
봉투.
Yes,
is
what do
what's
you-
that in English?
Yes.
편지 봉투. There is a word for it.
There
a word.
is.
고수님 says 하이패스 카드. For sure. And then he says 축의금 5만 원. 요즘엔 10만 원인 것 같은데요.
Yeah, it starts from it.
These days it's gotten really expensive.
yeah.
한송이님 and now Benny님 said envelope.
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 True.
There you go. You know, I think your themes are very deceptive. Because anything could wait in silence. This waits in silence. This water bottle waits in silence.
Well, my purpose
It's good, though.
was
It's
to
good.
make sure that people become more creative while listening
I
to
think
our
that's good.
segment.
I like it. It makes it harder.
You know, as we get older, we don't really think. But I will show.
Yeah.
I like making people think.
That's true. A wise guide. 내 인생의 가이드가 되어준 Effie입니다. Making us think, everyone. Effie, it was a lot of fun today. Thank you as always, and I'll catch you next week.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Bye-bye. All right, everyone, time to wrap up the first half here. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back soon. This is Merry-Go-Round by EJ.
We fight, get back together, turn the tables like a merry-go-round. I can't live with or without you, no. Only call me when it's late, and you wanna make me stay. Pause, lights off, then on and on and on and on and on and on and on. While we tryna hit the brakes, it's gonna happen anyway. Hearts want what they want, I want, I want, I want, I want, I want. I want you in the madness. Problem, I know. Something about you makes me lose control. without you now. I see that I'm better off without you, but I still got my doubts. I can't live without you, no. Without you, no. And I know it never fails. In the morning you'll be taillights. Thank God you're gone, and then won't you right back? I want you in the madness. It takes two, and I'm half of the problem, I know. Something about you makes me lose control. Round and round we go. We fight, get back together, turn the tables like a merry-go-round. I can't live without you now. I see that I'm better off without you, but I still got my doubts. I can't live without you now. We fight, get back together, turn the tables like a merry-go-round. I can't live without you now.
Your Bridge to the World. BEFM 부산 영어방송.
부산의 축제 어디까지 즐겨보셨나요? 과거와 현재, 미래가 공존하는 항구도시 부산. 이곳 부산은 계절을 물들이는 다양한 축제로 늘 풍성합니다. 봄의 시작을 알리는 봄꽃 축제부터 부산의 여름을 만끽하는 바다축제, 전 세계 영화인들이 모이는 부산국제영화제와 새로운 시작의 해맞이 축제까지. 부산의 축제는 우리의 열정을 가득 담고 있습니다. 바쁜 일상은 잠시 뒤로 하고 특별한 시간을 선물 받는 바로 이곳 부산에서 우리의 삶은 축제가 됩니다. 축제로 하나 되는 부산, 여러분은 어떤 축제를 기다리시나요? 이 캠페인은 대선공익재단과 BFM 부산영어방송이 함께합니다.
꿈의 가치를 생각합니다. 빛나는 아이디어로 도전하는 청년의 꿈, 새로운 기술로 시작하는 스타트업의 꿈, 더 크게 더 높이 성장하는 유니콘의 꿈. 가능성과 잠재력에 주목한다면 꿈은 무한한 미래가 됩니다. 현재보다 미래 가치로 모두의 성장이 모두의 미래가 되는 사회, 우리가 함께 만들어갑니다. 이 캠페인은 기술기업의 스타트업부터 스케일업까지 함께하는 혁신성장 플랫폼 기술보증기금이 함께합니다.
(5월 24일) 토요일 오후 1시 영화의 전당 야외무대에서 만나는 작은 지구촌 축제. 영어와 음악이 함께합니다.
BFM All-Star English 공개방송. Hello world, let's be friends.
저 에이시아 부기
And me, 민수.
그리고 개그맨 이상훈,
감사합니다.
가수 와니와 아론, 래퍼 윤비까지 이 라인업 실화.
From a fun English quiz to a freestyle rap battle, get ready for a time full of laughter, music, and making new friends with All-Star English.
May 24th, Saturday 1 p.m. 영화의 전당에서 우리 그날 친구 할까요?
김밥가게 박 사장님도, 문구점 김 사장님도, 우리 부산의 경제를 움직이는 사람들. 우리 동네 작은 가게로 향하는 발걸음이 우리 부산의 경제를 키워가는 한 걸음입니다. 부산 방송광고 발전 협의회.
The time is now 5 o'clock.
포열부산?
포열부산 아닙니까?
원래는 울산 사람이니까 포열부산 내리죠 이렇게.
포열부산.
포열부산.
할까요? 포열부산. 잠깐만요.
You're now listening to For Your Busan.
안녕하세요, 올리비아입니다. 오늘은 자신감 넘치는 분을 만나보도록 하겠습니다. 안녕하세요.
안녕하세요.
Can you introduce yourself to our listener?
자신감 높은 한국에 온 지 10년 된 알베르토이라고 합니다. Hello, my name is Alberto. I'm from Spain and I have been living in Korea for more than 10 years. So nice to meet you all.
웰컴! 소개에서부터 자신감이 느껴집니다.
감사합니다.
어떻게 한국어에 관심을 가지게 됐을까?
저는 중국에 살고 있었어요. 교환학생으로 가장 관심이 있는 친구들이 한국 사람이었어요. 그 친구들은 간단하게 단어 알려주었어요. 저 관심이 생겼어요. 그때부터 공부하고 서울에 가서 취직하고 in Busan, people is just a little bit more like easygoing. So that's why I stay here. So I think it's better here for me. 여기는 릴렉싱 할 수도 있어요. 저한테는 부산 베스트. 서울에 공부했어요. 그거 아니한데 스트레스 너무 받았어요. 왜냐면 in Europe normally they start slowly and then go faster. But in Korea it's not. 한국에서는 처음부터 엄청 빨라요. 수업이. 그래서 많이 배워야 돼요. 공부하지 않으면 망할 것 같아요. 저 생각에는 약간 와 단어가 뭐 20개 뭐 30개 매일매일 하니까 시간이 없으면 갈 수 없을 것 같아요.
You know, it's Korean style. 네. 한국인 학생들 다 이렇게 공부합니다. 어릴 때부터.
아 진짜요?
네.
이렇게 식으로 간다면 나오면 약간 시험에 볼 때는 괜찮긴 한데 생활적으로 말이 못할 것 같아요. 단어만, 어휘만 배우는 거예요.
그렇게 어휘 공부해서 영어 못하는 애가 한 명 있거든요.
그치.
그게 나야.
아 진짜요? 아니에요. 영어 잘하니까.
다들 내가 영어 잘한다고 생각하는데 No, it's not. Okay, what do you find more charming, attractive about Busan?
Wow, there's a lot of things.
Yeah.
I think for me, for example, Busan, it's been like a sea, or I can say maybe like an oasis in the middle of the desert. Yeah. Because in Korea, if you go to the big cities, of course you will have a lot of things, but you will not have the freedom, the quietly places. You have also the mountains, but you also have the sea. So you can do absolutely everything in a very just quietly or easygoing way. And that's one of the things that for me is the most important.
한국어 공부하면서 뭐가 가장 어려웠어요?
존댓말, 반말, 높임말 그거 제일 어려워요. 왜냐면 언제 사용해야 하는지 몰라요. 예를 들어서 여자친구랑 반말해도 되고 근데 형제 있으면 반말 쓸 수도 있고 아니면 존댓말처럼 약간 요로 끝나는 밥 먹었어요? 이라고 해도 돼요.
가족이 아닌데 나보다 나이 많은 사람을 만났을 때는
그렇죠. 근데 다음에 부모님 와요. 드세요, 가세요 이런 식으로 해야 돼요. 그래서 같은 대화로 3개 사용할 수도 있어요. 그거 어려워요.
맞아요. 존댓말인데 그냥 친구한테 쓰는 말이 있고
맞아요.
그리고 좀 나보다 나이가 조금 많은 조금 존대하는
그렇죠.
완전 어른이 왔을 때 완전 높여야 하는 경우가 있으니까
맞아요. That's it.
한국어를 공부하면서 이건 좀 재밌었다.
나 정 많이 좋아해요. 아니면 마음에 들어요. 마음에 들어요. 우리도 스페인어로 이렇게 많이 없어요. Because when you say 마음에 들어요, is that something came inside to your heart. So it's a little bit more than love. And it can be with everything. I mean, when a person say appreciation to the other person or to the object, 이거는 너무 좋아요. 약간 정이 친구한테도 해도 되고 물건한테도 할 수도 있어요. 저한테는 너무 재밌어요. Something like it links you to something or someone, but it doesn't mean that it has to be love. It has to be, it's some link that you have with someone. It makes you feel good and bad, and you always have this one in you. This or a company or a person or an object. It doesn't matter. But it's something that is inside of you.
지금 방송을 보고 있거나 듣고 있는 분들에게 하고 싶은 이야기, 그다음에 어떤 이야기가 있을까요?
포기하지 마세요. 이런 단어 알려주고 싶어요. 스카이리스 리미트가 그냥 포기하지 마세요. 힘들어도 어려워도 계속하세요. 어떤 결과는 나온지 이거는 후회하지 마세요. 포기하지 말고 책임. Responsibility. Yeah. 그리고 후회 없이.
No regret.
Yeah. 그래서 제가 어떤 선택한다면 제가 원하는 선택이에요. 그래서 왜 후회해야 돼요? 맞아요. 필요 없어요. 제가 선택했으니까.
Last one is
포기하지 마세요. 이거 영어로 뭐지?
Never give up.
아 맞아요. Never give up. That's it. 이거.
나보다 영어도 잘하잖아.
영어 선생님이구나. 영어 선생님.
Remember, guys.
No regret and never give up and always take responsibility of your acts. If you do these things, everything will be easier. And soft.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you to Olivia for bringing us today's On The Mic, who's also in today's YouTube channel. On the comments, she said, 정말 재미있는 On The Mic 시간입니다. Very, very riveting, a very great guy. This was Berto Coreano, which is interesting because Coreano means 한국인이라는 뜻인 것 같은데요. 스페인어로 아닌가요? So his name is Berto Korean. That's really cool. Now, Mr. Berto became interested in Korean while studying abroad in China, where he made Korean friends. He said the hardest part of learning Korean was understanding the difference between formal and informal speech. And it was confusing to know when and how to use each speech level depending on the age and relationships. He found expressions like 정 and 마음에 든다 very charming because 정 can be felt towards people and objects. And his message to BFM listeners, of course, is don't give up, take responsibility, never regret your choices. Really nice interview today. So thank you, Olivia, once again to bringing that to us. And we'll have On The Mic every single day to hear the voices of the wonderful people who make up this city, Korean or not. All right. Time is now 5:07 in the afternoon. How you doing, everyone? Welcome back officially to the second half of the show. I do hope your day is treating you well. It is a bit chilly outside, so I hope you're staying warm. It's kind of cardigan weather right now, I think. I did pack a cardigan in my bag for when I go home. I was kind of hoping it would stay humid, but that's just me. We've got messages regarding our text topic. The text topic is, who is a guide in your life? 오늘의 텍스트 토픽은요, 내 인생의 가이드가 되어주는 사람은 누구일까요? 입니다. 만학도영어님께서 제 인생의 가이드가 되어준 사람은요, 고3 때 국어 선생님과 남편의 대학 선배님 두 분이에요. Not your 남편, your 남편의 대학 선배님. They must be very special, but here's why. 고3 때 국어 선생님은요, 저에게 매사에 최선을 다하는 삶, 그리고 남편의 대학 선배님은 저에게 봉사하는 삶을 살도록 가르쳐 주셨습니다. That's really cool. Okay, so you have a special reason why your 국어 선생님 and your husband's university older senior guy, they gave you this really good life advice of volunteering and doing your best in 매사, in everything. Thank you for sharing with us. So 2 guides in life right there. Anyone else, feel free to share with us what or who you find is your life guide, who really mentors you and has given you a lot of inspiration in your life. All right, everyone. Well, if you want to message in, you can message in at any time. Just send them to #9050, sharp 9050, which will cost you 101. A Kakao Talk message or a YouTube live comment. Feel free to answer today's text topic, or you can really just talk about anything. You can tell me what's on your mind. Even better, coming up next is Quizmaster with your chance to win a prize if you get the answer correctly. So you're definitely going to want to message in for that segment. Before that, though, we're going to take a song break. This is With the Cloud by Jin.
구름은 오늘도 내 전부를 담아 끝없이 이어지는 하늘 여행에 서강진 노을 별이 빛나는 이 밤 작은 두근거림 점점 더 커져가 고독의 끝자락에 홀로 서 있는 속에서 이 따스한 속삭임 날 잡아준 목소리 희미한 거람 속에 남겨진 흔적 위에 내가 담은 것일까 너의 빗방울일까 잔잔한 하늘 속에 떠도는 우리 둘이 언젠간 밝은 날을 함께 꿈꾸기로 해 영원히 서툴게 손을 대면 사라질까 겁을 낸 나이가 영원히 소멸되지 않는 약속에 나 너를 만들자 네 슬픔이 담긴 눈물이 피라면 기꺼이 적셔 다 가져갈게 새하얀 내 맘이 걷게 물들지 않도록 시작의 그날처럼 부드럽게 곁에서 속삭이는 소리 은은하고 따스하게 건네는 손길 설렘으로 가득 찬 내 숨결의 떨림 포근한 설렘은 점점 더 번져가 희미한 기억 속에 나를 감싸는 채 그리운 그 손길은 나를 물들여가네 스쳐간 바람 끝에 남겨진 흔적이로 조용히 날 울리며 작은 속삭임으로 날 이끄네 서툴게 손을 대면 사라질까 겁을 낸 나이가 영원히 소멸되지 않는 약속에 나 너를 만들자 네 슬픔이 담긴 눈물이 피라면 기꺼이 적셔 다 가져갈게 새하얀 내 맘이 걷게 물들지 않도록 시작의 그날처럼
(5월 24일) 토요일 오후 1시 영화의 전당 야외 무대에서 만나는 작은 지구촌 축제 영어와 음악이 함께합니다.
BFM All-Star English 공개 방송. Hello world, let's be friends.
저 에이시아 부기
And me, 민수.
그리고 개그맨 이상훈
감사합니다.
가수 와니와 아론 래퍼 윤비까지 이 라인업 실화
From a fun English quiz to a freestyle rap battle, get ready for a time full of laughter, music, and making new friends with All-Star English.
May 24th, Saturday 1 p.m. 영화의 전당에서 우리 그날 친구 할까요?
Welcome back, everyone, to For Your Busan. It is 5:13 in the afternoon on a Wednesday. No, it's a Thursday. It's not Wednesday anymore. It's Thursday. Yeah, it's Friday Eve, according to Benny Nim. How you doing? Hope you're doing well. We've got some messages coming in regarding today's text topic, which is Who is your guide in life? 내 인생의 가이드가 되어주는 사람은 누구일까요? 소희님께서 The person who guides my life is 모든 타인들인 것 같아요. 어떤 분이라도 배울 점이 있더라고요. 닮고 싶은 분도 있고 반면교사로 삼고 싶은 분도 있고요. That's a really good thing to think, I think. Everyone has something to offer you in different aspects of your life. I totally think anyone you meet, you can learn something from them. Maybe someone you can learn business acumen, someone you can learn you like their ethical principles. I think that's a very good philosophy to have. Thank you for sharing. Oration him, quite a funny one. I won't read it, but basically, with a bit of wordplay, says he likes a nice drink every now and then. A drink or two becomes his 원동력, your motivation and power to keep moving. I like that oration, Nim. Thank you for sharing. Anyone else, feel free to share. Who is your life guide? Okay. 고수님 saying 오늘 지하철역 정답 송정역. 그거 어제였습니다. 어제였죠. Yeah, that was yesterday. Yesterday was 지하철 quizmaster 고수님. You're late. Today is different. Today is Thursday, which means it is Busan dialect. 오늘은 quizmaster로 부산 사투리 퀴즈로 함께하겠습니다. Busan dialect. Now everyone knows a little bit about 사투리, right? Busan 사투리 is very famous around Korea. There's movies about it. People know it. So today we are going to have a quiz based around 부산 사투리. Now, 오늘은 조금 특별한 사투리 퀴즈 시간을 준비해봤습니다. Do you like to watch baseball games? 야구를 좋아하세요? In Busan, the cheering culture in baseball stadiums is very unique. Oftentimes, you'll hear this sound. What sound is that? There's no sound? Do we have a sound? It says we have a clip here. Go on, let's listen.
타직구장에서 파울볼을 잡으면 어김없이 나오는 구호가 있습니다. 이제는 아예 등번호 18번 아주라 유니폼까지 등장했습니다. 어른들에게 파울볼은 그림의 떡입니다.
You hear that? That sounded, I could hear the crackle in how old that was. 네, 부산의 야구장에서 들을 수 있는 독특한 사투리 눈치채셨나요? 바로 아주라입니다. 그렇다면 이 아주라는 무슨 뜻을 가지고 있을까요? What is the meaning of Busan dialect word 아주라? 여러분의 답을 기다려보겠습니다. Send your messages to #9050, 샵9050, 주커스 101, a KakaoTalk message or YouTube live comment. What does it mean? 무슨 뜻일까요? Send your messages to us and we'll take a song break and we'll be right back to read some answers. This is Happy Together by the Turtles.
Imagine me and you, I do. I think about you day and night. It's only right to think about the girl you love and hold her tight. So happy together. If I should call you up, invest a dime, and you say you belong to me, lose my mind. Imagine how the world could be so very fine, so happy together. No matter how they toss the dice, it had to be. The only one for me is you, and you for me. So happy together. I can't see me loving nobody but you for all my life. When you're with me, baby, the skies will be blue for all my life. Me and you. And you and me, no matter how they toss the dice, it had to be. The only one for me is you, and you for me, so happy together. No matter how they toss the dice, it had to be. The only one for me is you, and you for me, so happy together. So happy together. And how is the weather? So happy together. We're happy together. So happy together.
Welcome back, everyone, to the show. It is now 5:20 in the afternoon on a Thursday. How you doing? Thank you for joining me today. Now we are in the middle of Busan Quizmaster. This is where I have given you, played you a clip, and then I gave you a phrase, and you have to guess what this phrase means. It was 사투리. Some people, 고수님 says, 사투리예요? 이거 맞아도 틀리네요. I guess it is. You probably wouldn't hear it in another city. You probably wouldn't hear it in Seoul or something like that. You know, actually, looking at the script, 좀 보기도 있거든요. I have 4 examples or 4 options to give you. 근데 이제 뭐 댓글을 보니까 이제 보기를 들을 필요 없을 것 같아요. 이제 많은 분들이 하니까 만학도 영은음색 너무 쉽잖아요. I think we underestimated that everyone here is at least like maybe 80% of people are 부산 토박이. So they probably know this. Regardless, let's listen to the clip one more time.
사직구장에서 파울볼을 잡으면 어김없이 나오는 구호가 있습니다. 이제는 아예 등번호 18번 아주라 유니폼까지 등장했습니다. 어른들에게 파울볼은 그림의 떡입니다.
There you go. You know, it might have been obvious to everyone, but if I'm being honest, it wasn't that obvious for me. When I saw 아주라, I thought it was like 아수라. You know, like 아주라장이 돼버렸네. You know, like 아수라장 or something. I was like, what does that mean? 무슨 사투리일까요? But now that everyone mentions it, it is a different meaning. It's actually 2 words. 아주라, I guess. Let's have a look at some messages. If I read the messages, it's like giving away the answer. Yeah. We have 4609번님 saying 괜찮다고 해줘 라는 뜻입니다. We have 2263번님 first time messaging in welcome to the show saying 받은 공 주변 어른이에게 주라는 얘기인데 저도 어른이인데 Then I hope you get a ball. I hope you get the ball. 한송이님 said give the ball to the baby. Like that. Maybe to the kid. Yeah, and then saying, "Oh, I know this song, the cheering song for 전준우." Okay, there you go. I'm not giving an answer away. I hope. We have 파랑님, good to see you, 파랑님, saying 파울이나 홈런공을 관중이 받았을 때 어른이 받으면 아이에게 공을 양보하라는 뜻이에요. 그게 사전적 뜻 같은데요. 예전 야구장 진짜 자주 갔는데 롯데 화이팅. You know, I heard that the Lotte Giants are doing really well these days. Like. Unexpectedly doing really well. So I guess their popularity is soaring. I think I wanted to go and see them this year, but the tickets are really hard to buy. You know, maybe they shouldn't do as well, so less people buy tickets. I'm kidding. I hope they do well. I hope they win the league. Okay, we have 최정임님 saying I 주라 공. Okay, thank you. Thank you for your message. Let's have a look on YouTube, on good old YouTube Live. Rarationim says, 사투리 퀴즈는 너무 어렵습니다. But then they seem to know the answer. 주라, 아이에게 공을 줘라. 김은양님 saying, 받은 공 애들 줘라. All right then, all right. Lots of people seem to think they know the answer. But do you really? There might be some people who are having a difficult time. So just in case 좀 어려워하시는 것 같아서 저희가 객관식 보기를 준비했습니다. Number 1. 아주 야구 잘하고 있네. 2번. 야구표를 한 장 나에게 주겠어? 3번. 공을 아이에게 줘라. 4번. 아이스 아메리카노를 한 잔 주세요. There you go. 4개의 보기 중에 정답이 있습니다. There you go. Let me know. What is it? 1, 2, or 3. 한 번 더 반복하겠습니다. 1번. 아주 야구 잘하고 있네. 2번. 야구표를 한 장 나에게 주겠어? 3번. 공을 아이에게 줘라. 4번. 아이스 아메리카노를 한 잔 주세요. Yes, that is one of these. You probably didn't need it. But I'm giving you anyway. 고수님 saying 4번. 아이스 아메리카노를 한 잔 주세요. Yes, 고수님. I know. You please 주세요. Alright, send your messages to pound 9050 sharp 9010 should cost you 101. KakaoTalk message or a YouTube live comment. We're going to take a song break and we'll be back with the final part. This is Maria by 이용기.
함께 했나봐 네 눈에 고인 눈물도 모르고 애써 외면했다는 게 후회가 돼 그땐 어려서 그땐 몰라서 널 아프게 했나봐 이젠 알지만 너무 늦은 건가 봐 너만 보인단 말이야 널 사랑한단 말이야 눈을 감아도 너만 보인단 말이야 너만 부른단 말이야 널 사랑한단 말이야 입을 막아도 너만 부른단 말이야 바보 같은 사랑에 아파서 이기적인 사랑만 내게 줬나봐 사랑했다는 한마디 못하고 그저 바람만 봤던 게 후회가 돼 미안하단 말 사랑한단 말 들을 수가 없는데 이제 와서야 내게 소리치잖아 너만 보인단 말이야 널 사랑한단 말이야 눈을 감아도 너만 보인단 말이야 너만 부른단 말이야 널 사랑한단 말이야 입을 막아도 너만 부른단 말이야 내겐 미칠 것 같은 사람 내겐 죽을 것 같은 사람 지독한 상처에도 너야만 하니까 너만 찾는단 말이야 널 사랑한단 말이야 매번 숨어도 너만 찾는단 말이야 너만 그린단 말이야 널 사랑한단 말이야 가슴 저리게 너만 그린단 말이야 너만 부른단 말이야 널 사랑한단 말이야 입을 막아도 너만 부른단 말이야
Welcome back, one and all, to For Your Busan. It's 5:28 in the afternoon. You're listening to For Your Busan. My name is Nick, and this is the final part of Quizmaster. I've given you a 사투리 phrase that is heard often at baseball games, and you have all tried to guess what it means. Now, I did give you some hints, well, not hints, I gave you some options, 보기 드렸는데요, and I think it made it easier for some people. What I like is, 한송이님 said number 4, which was 아이스 아메리카노를 한 잔 주세요, is maybe 주라. That's clever, 한송이님. For sure, that could definitely be one of them. I might use that in the future. I might go to my coffee shop and say 주라. 은하하님, welcome to the show, saying 3번, which is 공을 아이에게 줘라. Thank you for your message. And 3번. 조현철님, you're not a number. 조현철님 says 3번입니다. 애 줘라입니다. 애들을 야구판으로 끌어들이는 무서운 다단계입니다. Okay. We also have 고수님 saying 근데 진짜 야구표 너무 구하기 힘들어요. I know. The better they do, the harder it is to get tickets. Okay, so I gave you all of these options. I'm gonna give you the answer. 김은양님 says 보기 너무 신박해요. 작가님 is pretty good at this kind of stuff. So, 주라 무슨 뜻일까요? 아이에게 줘라란 뜻이에요. Yay. Yay. The standard clap. Yeah, the answer was 3번 아이에게 줘라. Now, trust me, I know nothing, almost nothing about baseball. Everything I'm reading to you is researched by my 작가님. I know nothing what I'm reading. I'm just a robot right now. 근데 부산의 야구장에서 볼 수 있는 독특한 문화인데요. 파워볼이나 홈런 친 공을 받게 될 때가 있는데요. 그때 그 공을 주변의 아이에게 줘라라고 모두 다 같이 외치기 시작합니다. 그 외침이 바로 아주라입니다. 아이에게 공을 줘라. 아주라. 네, 이거 부산 사람들이 아이들을 사랑하는 따뜻한 마음을 볼 수 있는 독특한 외침입니다. And I think that's great. Usually, you sometimes see videos on social media where the baseball flies, some big dude catches it, kind of pushes a younger kid or a lady out the way and gets the ball, and they're on the jumbo screen. They don't get looked at very favorably by the rest of the crowd or by people watching. So I think it's good courtesy, a good etiquette to give it to the kid. Inspire them for their growing years. 림님, welcome. Slightly late, but guessing 3번. 너무 재미있어요. Well, I would love to see a game soon if I can get tickets. But the second best thing we can do, we can't give tickets, unfortunately. Maybe we can in the future. But for now, we're giving coffee away. We're going to give coffee to one lucky winner. Who's it going to? 2263번님께 드리겠습니다. Hey, 축하합니다. 2263번님, thank you for your message and congratulations. We did have a lot more messages coming in as well. We had 4609번님 saying 재미있는 부산 영어 방송 감사합니다. Thank you for listening. 4865번님 as well was getting the answer correct. And also 5843번님 saying 3번. First time messaging in, welcome to the show. If you didn't win today, don't worry, we have prizes every day and a quiz every day. So try your luck again tomorrow. 내일은 치킨 쿠폰 날입니다. 내일은 그 몰래 온 간식 ASMR 퀴즈죠. So there's lots to play for. It's a bit of fun. Once again, congratulations to 2263번님. Alright. Time is 5:32. Don't go anywhere because Matthew is in the building.
Tune in to For Your Busan, featuring local news, events, and interviews with people in the community. Airing from 4:05 to 6 p.m.
The Korea Broadcast Advertising Cooperation (KOBACO) is offering support for the production of broadcast advertisement for innovative small and medium-sized enterprises. Up to 45 million Korean won is available for television advertisements and up to 3 million Korean won for radio advertisements. Applications will be accepted until 6 p.m. on June 2nd. For more information, please visit the KOBACO website. We appreciate your interest.
Back everyone to the show. It's 5:34 in the afternoon and we've got our resident family guy in the studio today. It's Matthew. How you doing?
I'm doing good. Hello everybody.
Good to see you, my friend. Having a good week so far?
Yeah, pretty good. Yesterday I was a bit worried because the weather suddenly was like humid, uncomfortably.
Right.
But today actually was nice and cool, so I'm feeling good.
Okay. It's the calm before the storm. Right.
Yeah, it'll get worse.
It'll get worse.
It's not done, right?
I take it you're not a fan of hot and humid weather?
No, I like hot weather. I love summer.
Dry heat.
But then those days, especially when I have to work, and I'm wearing like long pants and socks, and I'm teaching. Oh.
You're a teacher at university?
University teacher.
Do you wear like a white shirt? Professor, do you wear like a white shirt, like dress shirt, or is it casual?
Usually, but if it gets too hot, I have to go 반팔. Okay. Right? Just like a polo shirt.
Yeah.
But what we're not allowed to do is wear shorts.
Okay, not beach shorts or whatever.
Yeah, you have to wear pants and
Fair
socks,
enough.
obviously, and shoes.
Yeah.
But it's my legs that get really uncomfortable. So I wish, Bermuda shorts. You know what Bermuda shorts are?
Are they like really baggy?
No. They're kind of so Bermuda. That's a
Yeah.
British colony.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, it
Thought it was a
gets very
triangle.
hot. So they wore dress shorts.
Oh, okay.
Like very formal. It's
quite
but
oxymoronic.
shorts. Yeah. I wish we could do
Shorts.
that.
That would be great, I think. The good thing with shorts, though, is that they're usually darker. Oh, no, sorry, not shorts. Trousers, they're usually darker, so it hides the sweat stains. But whenever I rarely wear dress shirts.
Right.
But when I do and I sweat, they show the sweat so well that I get
Exactly. I
self-conscious.
always wear dark polo shirts for
idea.
exactly that reason.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Before we dive in, I do want to ask you quickly, are you a baseball guy? You're
Yes and
American.
no.
So the stereotype would say you love to throw a slugger with your
So I
kids.
grew up playing baseball. I know the sport. I know all the rules. But as a fan, I really just like it when my team does well.
Okay. Yeah.
So I'm a Philadelphia Phillies fan.
Okay.
So when they're doing well, I watch.
All right.
But otherwise, not so much. I like the Lotte Giants, though.
Yeah.
I love going to a game at Sajik.
Okay.
And my son's getting interested, so we're going to go soon.
If you can get tickets, yeah, do it. Or unless
We can find tickets.
Okay.
Right.
I've got some people who are in that area, and they say every day Sajik
hard.
Stadium is crowded, just full of people.
Even on a weekday?
They play on weekdays sometimes, I believe.
Weekdays and baseball, they play a lot.
Yeah.
Right?
And sometimes the games can go on for like days.
Well, not days.
Well, like I've heard that it goes on
Hours.
for hours. I don't know. I've had to leave because it was too long.
So there's 9 innings.
Yeah, but sometimes
And if it's tied,
Right.
it just keeps going.
Theoretically, it can go on forever.
Yes.
Okay.
If nobody ever scores,
Okay.
then yes, that could happen.
Interesting. Now, I do want to ask you to text today's text topic. Do you have a life guide?
A life guide.
인생의 가이드.
Interesting. I would have to say my dad.
Mm-hmm.
Because I really respect my dad. I love my dad.
Mm-hmm.
We're similar styles. And actually, when I was younger, I was more kind of rebellious. But as I've gotten older, after I got married, after I have kids, I got more and more respect for him every year.
Right.
Because I kind of saw things from his perspective. So the older I get, the more I realize he's my life guide, if that makes sense.
Totally. I was quite a rebel growing up. You know, I would get detention a lot. I would not listen to my parents, not listen to teachers.
Yeah.
But getting older, I realized, you know, you probably gave them more of a hard time than I should have.
Like, I have a very stupid example. When I was in high school, I studied French instead of Spanish.
Okay.
Even though in America, there's many, many Spanish speakers.
Right, it's sensible.
And my reason was because my dad insisted I study Spanish.
청개구리.
So I was like, no, I'm going to study French.
You are the blue frog.
Yes. And in retrospect, my dad was right.
Yeah.
Studying Spanish would have been more useful. So
Right.
if my dad's watching this, you're right. I'm sorry.
You should say, je suis désolé.
Je suis désolé.
That's what you remember from French, maybe. It seems you don't even remember that.
Je suis connaisseur le français. A bit. I can remember a bit.
All right. Anyway, relating to family, actually, this is where we talk about a family in Korea, particularly multicultural families, as Matthew is the household head, I assume, of a multicultural family. So what are we talking about today?
Okay, so it's the end of May. So what is coming soon?
June.
June. And June means summer.
Yes.
So Busan's a big beach city. It's a good summer city, a summer destination. So I thought today we could talk about kind of beaches, swimming, and kind of the summer beach culture in Korea.
Great.
So let me start by asking you, are you a beach guy?
I do enjoy the beach more than just like chilling on the beach. I like to swim in the sea.
Okay.
So if I go to a beach, like one of the, like Songjang, Haeundae, or like Ilgwang, maybe like my wife will be more chilling, getting a tan, and then I will be like just in the water, just bobbing for hours.
Okay.
Until my fingers are, churum, until they're, what happens to them? They go.
We call them raisins.
They do look like compote raisins, don't they?
Because over time they get all wrinkly.
Yeah.
So we say your fingers are raisins.
Your fingers are raisins.
That's what, yeah.
I love it when they get raisins. It means I feel like it's healthy. I don't know why. I feel like, being in sea salt is good for you.
You got all that sea salt in your body.
Yeah.
It must be good for you.
It must be good.
Right.
Why, are you a beach guy?
I love the beach.
Mm-hmm.
So when I was young, we grew up going to the beach every summer. When I was in university, during summertime, we would rent a house with my friends and get jobs. So we would go to the beach all day and then work in the evenings and at
city
nights.
were you at?
This was New Jersey.
Oh, East Coast?
Yes.
There's
So
a
these
beach?
are islands off the coast of New Jersey.
Okay.
And they're big beach towns.
Oh.
So lots of people go there and work in
Okay.
the summertime.
Okay.
So I love the beach. And the whole reason when I first moved to Korea that I came to Busan was because it had beaches.
So you specifically chose the city based on the geography and the location?
Right. Because I was looking, there were jobs in Daegu and Seoul, and lots of people like Seoul.
Yeah.
But I said, no, I want to go to the beach city.
청개구리.
I'm going to Busan.
He likes to go against the grain, which is good, I think. And you love the beach.
Yeah.
Too. And obviously it was good enough, it made enough of an impression that you stayed here.
In Busan,
Yeah.
yes.
Okay.
The beaches are one of the reasons I really love this city.
Okay. For sure.
Also, the whole Southeast Korea, Dongmyeong, around there, up to Ilgwang,
Beautiful.
right? A lot of good beaches.
Yeah.
How have your beach travel experiences been while you've lived in Korea?
I would say, of course, Busan
So Busan,
beaches.
any other ones?
Last year, in the late summer, I experienced, in my 12-ish years of being in Korea, I experienced one of the best beach experiences ever.
Oh, I'm curious. What?
Namhae.
Namhae? Oh, I love Namhae.
Because it was my first time in Namhae in
Okay.
12 years. And just before I went to Namhae, I'd just been to Thailand and Bali, and I'd been to all of these exotic places. And of course, it goes without saying, the water is crystal clear, it's beautiful, it's probably the top of the top in the world.
Right.
So after that, it's kind of hard to top that with like Haeundae, in terms of cleanliness of water and crystal clear blue seas. But when I entered into the Namhae water, it didn't look blue and crystal clear, but it was so warm. I had never felt warm water like that in the Korean Sea. It felt like I was taking a bath. It was incredible. And now I've 결심했어요. I've decided that every year I'm going to Namhae to enjoy the warm water.
Okay.
And
can I give you a suggestion?
Go for it.
Similarly?
Yeah.
Go to Dongmyeong, take a ferry
Yeah.
to Bijindo.
Bijindo.
Do you know Bijindo?
I love small islands. And
So Bijindo is quite small.
Yeah.
The water, a lot of fish.
Yeah.
Absolutely clean, clear water. So for you and everybody listening, I highly don't too many people go. But Bijindo, my favorite beach in Korea.
Warm water.
Pretty warm.
Pretty warm.
Yeah.
I love island hopping up into Saryangdo, Yeokjido, but I've never been to Bijindo.
It's close by.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'm going to write that down on my list.
Okay.
Brilliant stuff. So, yeah, there are great experiences to have, I think, when it comes to beaches, outside of the main attractions of Haeundae and Gwangali as well.
Absolutely. But to get back to the kind of the multicultural family aspect.
Oh, yeah.
So what prompted me to choose this topic was an experience my son had recently.
Okay.
So last month, his school did swim lessons for 2 days, which is quite common these days.
Yeah.
And they have to get ready. So they have a swim cap, they have goggles, they have a swimsuit. Do you call a swimsuit a costume?
We call it, swimming costume.
Swimming costume. Okay,
Yeah.
so for English people, costume.
Yeah.
And when he went that day, I asked him how swimming was. And he said, it was good. But he was actually more excited to tell me that his good friend, who's half Korean, half Russian, he hadn't worn a shirt to the swimming pool. Right? He had the swimsuit, but just
Right.
the trunks, the pants. And he didn't wear a shirt.
Okay.
And he was like, Dad, tomorrow, I don't want to wear a shirt. Can I
Yeah.
just wear my trunks
Yeah.
and go without a shirt?
Yeah.
And for me, oddly, this was a very strange question.
Yeah.
Because when I was growing up, we never wore a shirt.
Never.
To go to a swimming pool, to go to
Trunks
the beach,
only.
to go to a water park, we never wear a
수영할
shirt.
때 반바지만 입고 이 수영 바지만 입고
당연하죠.
들어가는데.
Yeah.
But I guess now that I think about it, anytime I go to any body of water, even the boys, everyone, they're fully clothed. It feels like almost.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So the weird thing was, on the one hand, my personal upbringing, I was like, of course you don't have to wear a shirt. Why would you wear a shirt?
Yeah.
On the other hand, this is Korea.
Right.
All the kids are going to be wearing a shirt. You have to wear a shirt.
What did your wife say on the matter? What does she think? She's Korean.
Well, she says, obviously,
Wear a shirt.
you're wearing a shirt, especially at a swimming pool.
I thought because it's inside, there are no sunlight UV rays, so more reason not to wear a shirt.
Right. But I think it's just the custom, it's the culture. And so the weird thing, the question it raised for me, and I'm curious what your attitude is.
Yeah.
Because you've been in Korea for a while.
Yeah.
When American or British customs kind of clash or come into conflict with Korean customs, like, so what's your approach?
Yes.
Do you just kind of assert your right to follow your own customs? Because I think the other friend, he was half Russian.
Right.
His mom probably said, you're going swimming, don't wear a shirt.
Yeah, okay.
Right? Or my attitude is usually, don't rock the boat.
Okay.
So if anybody doesn't know that saying, don't rock the boat, it means, don't try to make things difficult. Just kind of follow the rules.
Yeah, don't, just for the sake of, I guess,
그냥
causing a ruckus.
법칙적으로
Yeah,
하면 더 쉬워요.
Yeah,
right?
that's good, yeah.
So what is your opinion?
Now, there are a few factors. I think when it comes to what is illegal and not illegal, if it is illegal, I will not do it, for example.
I agree.
If it would cause a lot of social, like, oh my goodness, why is he not wearing a shirt? Then I wouldn't, because I don't want to draw that kind of attention and offend anyone. But I've noticed that when you go to the beach, lots of people, guys mostly, don't wear shirts these days.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see a lot of people topless. So I would probably still, if I had a kid, I would say, don't do it. If I was sure it was not offending the custom too much.
Okay.
앙 PD는 어떻게 생각하세요? Would you find it weird if you saw a boy swimming with no t-shirt? 좀 괜찮은 것 같아요. Yeah.
So actually, when I go to Gwangali, I don't wear a shirt.
Yeah.
I don't mind if my son wears a shirt.
Yeah.
Because there's lots of young guys there. They always want to show off their beach body. So there's lots of guys without shirts at Gwangali.
I ain't going for that reason.
I don't do that either, trust me.
Yeah.
But we also go to Dadepo a lot.
Yeah.
Dadepo is great for kids because the water is pretty shallow.
Okay.
So it's much more family-oriented. So whenever I go to Dadepo, I actually do wear a shirt. Because I feel like Dadepo and Gwangali have different beach cultures.
Yeah.
And the one, it's like, oh, no shirts, no problem. But I don't want to rock the boat. So at Dadepo, I just wear my shirt.
But then I guess if you're not doing it at Dadepo, you're kind of admitting that, okay, going bare skin on your top half of your body, taking your shirt off, is considered not family friendly.
Yes.
Okay. So you've become quite Korean.
I am.
You've
But
been
my
here 20
son,
years.
when he was like, oh, Dad, I don't want to wear a shirt.
Yeah.
Suddenly it made me question it.
Yeah.
So this past week I've been thinking about this topic.
And you're yet to make a decision? Or?
I think going forward, no. Let's assert our right. No more shirts.
Really?
Yeah.
There we go.
I don't know. I could change my mind
See him
tomorrow.
looked up to me somewhere in there. You'll be fine. And I do see a lot of people not wearing shirts. These days. It's a lot more foreign tourists, will obviously, because foreign tourists will come to here and there. They don't know that a lot of people wear shirts, so they, they're quite almost half naked half of the time, which is quite a shock sometimes to see. But if it's not illegal, then
if we have time, I have one more question,
Go
kind
on.
of on the beach culture.
Go on.
How about suntans?
I love getting a tan.
You love getting a tan.
I do like
See,
getting
me and my wife, we actually argue about this one because I think the kids, you go to the beach, you get a tan.
Yeah.
You look cool, you have your summer.
Yeah.
If I try to convince her, I say bronzing.
Bronzing.
Right?
I like that. Yeah.
Right? Bronzing, then it sounds cool.
Yeah.
But here, they're very concerned about burning your skin.
Right.
And I think that's another big cultural difference. The shirts and the tans.
I think a lot of it is down to the beauty standards as well. And for example, in the UK, I mean, I've talked about this before, but in the UK, because we're not blessed with a lot of sun.
Okay.
So
you need to get it while you can.
When the sun is out for that 3 weeks in the summer, everyone goes to the park, tops off, lying down, no sun cream.
No sun, okay.
A lot of people don't wear sun cream, or they will wear factor 8 maximum. In Korea, it's all factor 50. SPF 50, all shit, right?
Right.
But in England, it goes as low as 4. And if you try to give someone factor 50, they'll be like, get that away from me. No, I'm not going.
You're just
I want a tan.
blocking the sun. Oh.
So I used to do a lot of factor 8, and all of my friends did factor 8. Probably just enough not to cause any kind of skin irregularities, but enough to kind of bake you a little bit.
Right.
So yeah, I was also one of the crowd. Anytime the sun was out, I used to try to bask in it, try and get a bit browner if I could.
Have you gotten more, what do you want to say, health conscious while you lived in Korea?
For sure. As you get older, you get more, moles and,
stuff on your body.
김이라고 하죠.
Right.
So, and I know I am, I have Caucasian blood, so I'm quite susceptible to potential skin cancer. So I do put a lot of sun cream on, but I do like to go a bit brown if I can.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. These days, actually, in Gwangali, there are more and more foreigners at the beach.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the beach culture will continue to evolve in Korea
for sure
as the years go by.
Do you like to get a tan?
I love to get a tan.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, you strike me, I'm just going to say, you would probably get freckles first and then maybe turn into a bit red and then could turn into a tan.
No freckles.
No freckles.
No freckles. I do get burned once.
Yeah.
And then
it
peels off, and then you have the opportunity to get the beautiful golden brown after that.
Sure.
But as I get older, that burn, I'm not as willing to go through that process.
It's
like
horrible.
I used to.
I've fallen asleep in the Korean sun is brutal in the summer. I've fallen asleep with no to little sun cream, and I've paid the price for the next week or so. So everyone, I would recommend using a lot of sun cream.
Yes, we're not trying to encourage anyone to endanger their health for the purpose of beauty.
Don't endanger your health. Be
Right.
safe, everyone. Now, when it comes to one more question. When it comes to swimming with your family, are you open to letting them go free in the sea? Are they good swimmers, or do you keep a close eye on them whenever they go?
Actually, if you remember, we talked about this on what's the afternoon show?
Midday Mate.
Midday Bait. We talked about this months ago.
Yeah.
But I let my kids just go out there and get like hit by the waves and smacked. But my concern is that people watching me think, 이 아버지 뭐 하고 있어요? Right? What is this guy doing? Right? 다쳐올 것 같아요. Right? So I do get worried, but I think it's good for the kids to save themselves.
Okay.
They get hit.
Within reason.
Well, I'm not going to let them die, obviously. I am watching, I'm there. But let them struggle a little bit, get up, get some resolve, get some backbone. I think that's the better approach.
In England, in high school, in younger high school, we have swimming lessons as part of the curriculum, but we also have survival. So in the event that you get knocked off a boat or a plane crash and you end up in the ocean, we have lessons mandatory that you have to be fully clothed and take swimming lessons.
For how long?
The lessons, I guess they were like 30 minutes, but we had to take in our school normal clothes and we had to doggy paddle and train how to stay afloat in full clothes in the middle of water, for a while, which I think was an amazing thing to have, thinking about it.
I did that as well. I think it was the most difficult thing I've ever done in my life.
I wore a turtleneck.
A turtleneck?
And as the water absorbed, it compressed onto my neck. And it was a very bad decision.
Oh, I remember doing that, and it was a very crowded pool because you had to do it with everyone together.
Yeah.
So you couldn't move.
Right.
And the guy next to me was grabbing my shoulder.
Save myself.
Oh my goodness.
But
it was a good experience.
And
I agree.
think you're giving that to your kids in a little way, naturally at the beach. Keeping a protective eye on them.
Right.
Today, very interesting stuff. Beach culture. However you want to go to the beach, I think as long as you are aware of the societal customs and the culture and you're not doing anything that would potentially offend people, I say have at it, Enjoy your time with your t-shirts off. Wear a lot of sun
Be
cream.
yourself.
Be yourself.
Okay.
To a certain extent.
Right.
Matthew, a lot of fun today, and I'll see you next week.
All right. Have a good week, everybody. See you next time.
All right, so everyone, it is about time to wrap up the show. Join me tomorrow for Friday's episode as we rein in the weekend. Until then, it's been a pleasure. The show was produced by Chung Yuna, written by Hong Kyung-hwa. I've been your host, Nick. Our final song is going to be Older by Sasha Alex Sloan. Have a wonderful evening.
My door, while my mother screamed in the kitchen. I turned the music up, get high and try not to listen to every little fight, 'cause neither one was right. I swore I'd never be like them, but I was just a kid back then. The older I get, the more that I see my parents aren't heroes, they're just like me. And loving is hard, it don't always work. You just try your best not to get hurt. I used to be mad, but now I know sometimes it's better to let someone go. It just hadn't hit me. Yet the older I get, I used to wonder why they could never be happy. I used to close my eyes and pray for a whole nother family where everything was fine. One that felt like mine. I swore I'd never be like them, but I was just a kid back then. The older I get, the more that I see my parents aren't heroes, they're just like me. And loving is hard, it don't always work. You just try your best not to get hurt. I used to be mad, but now I know sometimes it's better to let someone go. It just hadn't hit me yet. The older I get, the older I get, the more that I see my parents aren't heroes, they're just like me. And loving is hard, it don't always work. You just try your best not to get hurt. I used to be mad, but now I know sometimes it's better to let someone go. It just hadn't hit me yet. The older I get.
Your Bridge to the World. BEFM 부산 영어방송.
현대해상 모델